How do you read, Sam?
Good.
All right, I read you saying Matt. Can you hear me okay?
You're loud and
Copy. Mixture is a knob width from Rich. For taxi, radios and nav aids are set. Intercom is set. Heater defrost is set. Nav 1 instrument cockpit check. Pretty good. Parking brake is already released. Brakes are test. Flight instruments we'll check as we go. Starkville traffic, 5421 Kilo at the ramp, taxiing to 18 Starkville. Alright, so if you want to put your feet on here, Sam, I'm going to show you what the toe brakes are. So feel me doing that? I'm doing that. That's your brake. Okay, and then you just use a little bit of rudder as you go. Go ahead and try. You press on the rudder. Press to the left. Press, press, press. See how it's turning?
Yeah.
And then you press, I'm pressing to the right.
Okay.
And what'd you say, Matt? I'm sorry. Did you say something?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Alright, I always believe in using the full length. Some people won't, but I prefer to use the full length.
Are you only using the pedals? Turn?
Yeah, I'm just using the pedals as we go down here. That's right.
What are you doing?
Oh, no, I'm just, you want to position it into the wind, but right now it's a tailwind. You can see by the wind direction and wind indicator there. So I'm not really pushing it. But when we get into the plane, I'm going to position these like this for takeoff. You're going to see. All right, let's close those windows. Any emergencies on takeoff, 65 knots. There should be a field to the right there, if I remember right. Doors and windows are closed and locked. Flight controls are free and correct. Flight instruments, I've already checked them. Fuel gauge, we're showing that we have at least another 2 hours of fuel. Mixture is rich. Fuel selector is both. Trim is set for takeoff. Primer and then lock. Sorry about that, Sam. We've already done the run-up. I'll go ahead and run through a quick one just in case mags have gotten bad. Alright, and I'm looking for RPM drops on this RPM. None. Back to both. Back to right. And less than 50 on both of those of a drop, so we're good. Going to carb heat. Definitely working now. Full idle. Idle works. Back to 1,000. Good to go. Radios and navies are set. Flaps are set for takeoff. Our lights are coming on. And transponder is as good as it's going to be. I'll have to tell Carl. Our second takeoff will be 12:43. We're clear on the right for takeoff. You ready to go? All right. You want to follow me on the controls a little bit? You can see how it's like. Starkville traffic 5421 Kilo. Taking the active, taking off runway 18. We'll be departing to the east, Starkville. All right. We're clear on the radios. I'm clear visually. Coming out to the runway. As I get on, I'm going to position it a little bit down because it did say there was a left to right crosswind. So I'm going to turn into the wind is how you can think of the wheels. It's not actually doing anything, but it's keeping the wing from rising on takeoff. All right, engine instruments look good. Coming up to full power. All right, looking at my airspeed. Airspeed's alive. Keeping it centered on the runway with a little bit of right rudder. You feel that? Looking for 55 knots. There's 55, raising the nose. There we go. Now it's going to crab into the wind, which is just fine. And I'm going to keep it lined up with the runway here. Put a little bit of nose down because it's definitely trying to pull me off. And I keep it over the runway and just climbing away. Now I'm going to climb at 79 knots this time, unlike when I went with Matt. So I'm just going to pull the nose up to make sure it stays at 79 or push the nose down if it's slowing down. And off we go. all the little movements you're feeling me do right now, it's just to kind of keep the wing into the, so it doesn't keep going that way. And it's just small movements to try and keep it aligned. In other words, see how we're going towards that water tower?
Yeah.
That's aligned with the runway. So I don't want to drift off that way, because that's where the winds were kind of trying to blow me since it weather vaned that way. And so it started to go that way. Well, I don't want to go that way. I want to be aligned with the runway until we get to 1,000 feet. That's a safety. All right, we got a few emergency fields. I shouldn't say a lot. But we are getting to 1,000 feet. We could probably make it back. All right, 1,000 feet. Starkville traffic, November 5421 Kilo, turning left crosswind, 18. We'll be departing from the crosswind to the east.
Louisville traffic, 706 Tango Mike, left downwind, 17.
It just over-rotated on me a little bit. All right, you want to try and fly? All right, you have the aircraft. So feet on the rudders, just on the bottom. You don't feel the toe brakes now.
Okay.
You feel how you tilt them?
Yeah.
That's what activates the brakes when we're airborne.
Okay.
Cool, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can see Starkville over there. You see the stadium, Sam? Yeah. Go ahead and level the wings. All right, and we're climbing. We're going to go to 2,000, and you're going to lower the nose till it's like what it was when we were on the ground. How much horizon,
Okay.
All right, come a little bit to the right here. That way you can see Starkville. Keep coming a little more to the right. See how it's not turning at all? That's because this ball is out. So you got to use a little bit of rudder. See, feel me on the rudder. You feel that? I'm using a little bit of right rudder, and that centers up the ball for a coordinated turn. Now lower the nose. There you go. Because see how we're still climbing? We're at 2,000. I'm going to pull the power back. We're almost at our airspeed. Pull power back to 2,100. And now use trim to help maintain that level so it doesn't keep climbing. So you're probably...
I know how to do that.
Are you pushing down or are you pulling back?
Okay. Pushing down a little.
All right, so you want to, if you're having to push down to hold it there, you want to raise that up. Here, I'm gonna adjust it. You feel how it moved the aircraft?
Yeah.
So you're not fighting it. So try and hold it on the altitude you want. Here, you want to look outside for a second? You can see the MSU. Here, I'll fly for a second so you can look outside.
There's your school.
All right, we got cruise checklist, and you guys can look. I'm just doing my checklist. Cruise, we got 1,000 feet. I have the aircraft. Landing lights are off. Throttle is set. Mixture, come and lean, and directional gyro is set. All right, so I'm having to push on it. So I'm going to use a little bit of nose down trim, and notice how it comes back to 2,000. I'm just going to force it down there. Get to my 2,000. I'm going to level off, make sure the power's set, and now I'm just waiting to see what it does. Notice I'm hands off right now. And see how it's staying level, but it may creep up, and if it does, I'm going to push that down, and now it's trimmed a little bit better. See, I'm still hands off. We're getting bumped around because the wind's blowing us, okay? But that's about it. And then the only other thing to pay attention to is make sure we're centered up on that ball. But you're doing good. All right, you want to fly a little bit?
Yeah.
All right. All right, you got the aircraft. All right, so let's actually climb up to 3,500 feet. So add power.
All right, add power.
Right here.
Okay.
And start lifting the nose. a little bit more power so we don't get slow. Now don't pitch up too much, just a little bit. Just about 5 degrees nose up. Think of it that way. And let's keep the turn coming this way. Alright, let's lower the nose a little bit slow. So what we're climbing at is a constant airspeed. So 79 knots is what we want. And if it gets slow, you got to push the nose, you got to have the nose a little bit lower. Alright, you're looking good. And now it's getting a little bit fast, so you just raise it just a bit so it keeps right at 80 knots. And I want you to turn this way, okay? That's good. You can roll out right there. You can roll wings level. You can roll wings level. There you go.
Turn to make it go up?
More nose up, because it's you just rotate it down a little bit. And now, is it climbing okay without, there, that's not bad. Now, don't fly like this, that was just a demonstration. You know what I mean? But I wanted you to see how what you're doing affects it and how trim works. But you're not going to actually fly hands off. I just want to show you, you can relax. See, I don't keep my hand like this. I keep it kind of light, and I just kind of push it where I need it to be. All right, get ready to lower the nose, and then we'll pull power back till it says 2100.
Okay.
All right, so lower the nose. Now, remember, you're not flying with that, so you push the nose where you want it. So there's level, and now pull power to 2100. There it is. There's 2100. And now just trim off any pressures, which it looks like you need a little bit of nose down. So hold the nose where it's at, or where you want it, and then there you go. Make sense?
Yeah.
Very good, buddy. Very good. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
So you guys want to fly about...
287, midway to gear down.
27, runway 18, wind 160.13, clear for the option.
287, clear for the option, runway 18.
Feels a lot more steady going this way.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good. It might just be where we were flying over. It might have been just a little bit of a, an issue.
2, Golden Triangle ground, runway 18, taxi via Foxtrot Alpha.
Columbus approach, November 5421 Kilo with you, 3,500 over the top of GTR, squawking 5544 for now.
542 Kilo, squawk 0421, say intentions.
5421, I'm having a problem with my transponder right now. It's not letting me switch between 5544. I just wanted to let you know what we were doing. We're just heading out to the east and then coming back to GTR for a full stop.
Roger, how much further east are you going to be going?
About just past Lowndes County, and then we're turning around.
Roger that. I got you on the radar.
Alright, pretty fun, huh? See, not bad. Once you get trim figured out, it's not too bad.
Next to Climber, contact Columbus, see ya.
Alright, come a little bit to the left here, or to the right, I'm sorry. Yeah, just kind of point that way. Yeah, right where that power line slashes, that clearing, you see it? That long clearing in the trees. It's kind of a straight line.
No,
Alright,
I don't see it.
right here. That's good.
Okay. I don't see a power line.
2 miles west of Golden Triangle.
5421 kills.
542 Kilo, say again.
I'm sorry, I was just checking if you were calling me.
I was talking to T6, it's just a part of GTR to the west. 287, verify you're looking for veg to localizer 18 full stop.
I'm down to 3,500.
Number 2, Terra, hold short 1.
287, roger that.
Alright, just come a little bit
Number 2, proceed on course.
further to the right for me.
Runway 18, wind 140.16, clear for takeoff.
There you go. Level out.
Turn riding 360 vector for your approach.
There's the dam. Here, Sam, I have controls. There's the dam, Stennis Lock and Dam. See it?
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. That's where we did the fireworks, remember? Or the fireworks show this past year.
Yeah, I mean, are we going over by our house?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to. I'm trying to stay outside of what's called Class Charlie airspace. And I think we can.
Jimbo 2, contact Columbus 323.275. British all aircraft for Spanish Gulf ground, altimeter 3028.
Jimbo 2, Columbus approach out in. Jimbo 2, radar contact your mile southwest of Golden Triangle Airport, climb maintain 6,000.
Now, right now, Sam, I'm pointing at your school. You see the water tower?
Yeah.
And then see the water tower to the left there? That's the one that's by our house.
Okay.
Matt, you want to text your mom and tell her we're going to be flying over maybe about like 5 more minutes.
Yeah, okay. How low can we go?
Not real low. I can go down to about 1500 if you want. You text her?
Yeah, yeah.
Did you got signal?
Yeah, I did. What airport is this?
That's called Lowndes County.
Looks pretty dusty.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's a good airport. Might just be the color of the asphalt.
Jimbo 2, contact Memphis Center 307.27. 3883 Hotel, leaving my airspace to the west. Radar service terminate, squad VFR. For further flight, recommend Memphis Center 128.5.
I'm going to go down to about 2,500 feet. We'll see if we can't find our house. It might be kind of hard.
287, turn riding 040 Victor for baseline.
There you go, Sam. Yeah, there's your high school. That's the new high school. Alright. Yeah, it looks like we're just barely out of class Charlie, so that's good.
287, turn right heading 090.
Okay, our house is going to be here on our right. Or, Matt, would you rather me go on the left? That way you can both see it. That makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be on our left here in just a second.
100 Fox Golf Squawk 1070.
Can you see it? I can see our house.
Water.
So you see the blue, bright blue pool?
Yeah.
Look a little bit. There you go.
Squawk 1070.
It has a brand new asphalt on it. Did you guys see it?
Bravo Alpha, contact
Right
Memphis Center
blue
128.5. 2876 miles from the fixed turn riding 110.
You said to the left of the right blue pool?
To the right of it. See, it's under some trees right now. Sorry, I'm trying to...
Oh, you're good. Oh, yeah, I see it.
You see it?
100 Fox Golf for the contact 4 miles east of Stark Airport. Clear back minimum, then asphalt, climb, maintain.
Oh, I don't see mom. Oh.
Alright, Will.
Cool.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
287, contact tower.
Tower, F2.
F2 tower.
F2 be holding short of Alpha Delta like your runway station, please.
F2, proceed north on Alpha, south on 18, north on Alpha, back to Delta.
Tower, 2 north on Alpha, south on runway 18, north on Alpha Delta. Thank you.
There's a big lake right there.
Yeah, behind our house? Yeah.
Ranger 7, say on course to Mopkey, or Mopkey. Verify set at 248.
Cool.
Version 7, roger. Proceed direct mop, get in asphalt.
Cool, huh? Alright, let's head on back.
Rangers are 555, Honda to flight level 230. Wind 140 at 16, gust 20, visibility 10, sky clear, temperature 09, dew point minus 07, altimeter 3028, visual approach, runway 18, Ranger 7, contact center 125, wind 140 at 16, gust 20, visibility 10, sky condition clear, temperature 09, dew point minus 07, altimeter 3028, expect visual approach, runway 18, advise on this contact, give information golf. Golden Triangle Tower, information golf time 18560, wind 140 at 16, gust 20, visibility 10, sky.
Golden Triangle Tower, remember 5421 Kilo. Currently 10 miles to the east, with Gulf, full stop 18.
November 5421 Kilo, Golden Triangle Tower, enter and report a left downwind to runway 18.
Port a left downwind 18, 5421 Kilo.
Tower, F2 be clear of the runway north on Alpha to Delta.
F2 Tower, roger.
Well, pretty fun, huh?
Yeah.
So there's the steel mill. You see that, Sam? So finding visual points that you're familiar with, that's a good way. There's the dam again. So finding these visual points are great for helping yourself navigate. And they're on charts. It's just a matter of like studying your charts and knowing what's out there. And
Tower, F2 be clear of the moving area.
F2 Tower, roger. Have a good day.
Roger.
when we try and enter the field, we try to enter on a 45 to downwind if that's what they ask for. This is a towered field, he asked us to enter downwind, so I'm going to enter a 45 to his downwind. And so what we do is we know we're landing runway 18, that's for 180, which is south, right? Similar to there. So I know it's going that way. So I look for the end of that runway as if I was taking off, and I point at it. That'll help me set up for my 45. And just because I've been here a bunch of times, I know that the steel mill is right there, and then the end of runway 18 is just to the left of it. It's kind of hard to see, but you can almost see the runway right now. Can you see it? All right, let's go over descent checks here. We got mixture is not rich yet. We'll get fuel selector is both. We'll get carb heat when we need it, and altimeter is set. We have information Gulf. Starting to come down a little bit earlier than I'd planned, but oh well, I'll fix it in a minute. All right, I'm going to come down to our altitude. I figure the distance, like I showed you guys in the last one, I want to be a certain distance away from the runway. I think it'll be about over the top of that steel mill. So I'll prepare to get us set up for that.
That's the steel mill to our starboard right there?
Yeah, it's the steel mill. All right, I'm going to set up for the 45 now. Five 421 kilo on the left downwind for 18.
Over 5421 kilo, runway 18, wind 15014, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 18, 5421 kilo. Say again, winds?
Winds 14014.
Copy. All right, so good winds, but perfectly within our aircraft's limits, so good to go. All right, once we're abeam, we set our power to about 1500 RPM, set flaps to 10, and I just pitch to get myself to 85 knots. There we go. Let me just start our descent. A little bit faster than 85 knots, just got to keep raising the nose, there we go. Keep our descent coming down.
What do you do to start turning?
Well, just you want to have about 45 behind you on from the touchdown. And 542. Well, this is what we call the base leg. That last leg was called the downwind. And now I go flaps 20, and now I'm trying to hold about 75 knots. All right, final's clear. He cleared me to land, so he's watching out for us too, but I want to make sure I'm good. Look how much that's throwing me to the right. The winds are very sporty winds. All right, wind's still looking good. Look how much crab I have to put in just to make that happen. All right, clear right, clear left. I'm going to keep it at flaps 20. We're going to use a little bit extra airspeed on this. And we're about 500 AGL on final. And notice how we have 3 red and 1 white. We normally want to have 2 white and 2 red. That means you're on your glide slope. I want to be at 70 knots right here. You've taken on an extra 5 knots because of the gusts. I do want to land power on. Ooh, gusty. Very varsity. Yeah, this one's a tough landing. It would be a tough landing for you guys. Keeping it coming. A little bit 4 red, I don't like that. Adding a little bit of power. Keeping it coming down. Still a little fast, but I'd rather be fast and slow. I'll bleed it off as we flare here. Yeah, very sporty. Very sporty.
Number 5421 Kilo, if able, turn left taxiway. Charlie taxi to park via Charlie Alpha Foxtrot. Remain this frequency.
Charlie Alpha Foxtrot, stay in this frequency, 5421 Kilo. Alright, coming on the brakes. Here's taxiway Charlie. He told us to take Charlie Alpha Foxtrot. Now, what you want to do when you fly is always fly with an airport diagram, and I have one right in front of me. You guys I didn't show you guys that. And it shows me a map of this airport so that I know. Alright, so I'm leaning out for taxi. He told us to keep rolling, so I'm going to do it as a rolling check here. After landing checks, flaps are up, carb heat is cold, landing light is already off. Trim, I'm setting that for takeoff. I'm just lining up that arrow with that one. And then we'll record our time, so time's 1:16. Alright, 1,000 RPM is usually what we taxi with. Now, like I said, it's just kind of slight on the rudder to kind of keep it aligned with stuff. It takes a little bit of practice getting used to how a plane taxis. But remember, you're the pilot, so make the plane go where you want to go. Put in a lot or a little. When you're slow, the aircraft doesn't like moving. So I'll use a lot more. I'm also going to turn the aircraft into the wind. So in this case, it's coming from the right, so I'm going to put the right wing, or I'm going to put like I'm in a right turn. Now, it doesn't matter if it's a tailwind or headwind, but that's way beyond you guys at this point. So for now, just know you have to put in an input when you're on the ground to counter those winds.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, and this aircraft's a small aircraft. Obviously, it's more comfortable. I know it feels tight in here, especially because I'm a big guy. But, you know, a bigger aircraft, it's much more comfortable in for pilots. This one's made for training, you know. And so it's kind of small or whatnot, but it's not that. It's not too bad. Alright, so like I said, you have to pay attention to your wings, and what we're going to do is kind of a weird maneuver to get the aircraft like set up here. Did Mom ever text you back?
Oh, let me check. Oh, she's at Walmart.
No, bummer. Well, at least you guys got to see it from the air. Alright, so we are going to maneuver the aircraft. We just don't want to get too close to the hangar. And we might have to push it back, but we'll do that. There's the chains for the tie down. And then what I'm doing is I'm trying to align the nose wheel to be straight, so I just kind of straighten it out here. Alright, so after landing, engine shutdown checks, 121.5, it's already been monitored. Avionics are coming off.